Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here playing Child of Light. I kind of wish this didn't take so long to come out on Vita because I bought it on PS4 thinking, oh, it'll never come out on Vita, or oh nah, they won't do it. And apparently it did, and it came out only like a month or two after the original game. Which really annoys me. I hate it when people do that because most of the people who played Child of Light would have already played it already that have no reason to pick this version up. So let's go take a look at it. This is by Ubisoft. It's made on the same engine they made Rayman Legends on, and this engine was also used to make Valiant Hearts. First thing you might notice is that the graphic style is absolutely bonking fantastic. This is great. I am always amazed with the stuff that people like Ubisoft Montreal can pull off with this UbiArt framework engine. It looks magnificent, but let's have a look at the options menu. So we've got difficulty, we've got battle speed, which I didn't realize you could actually change this. I was having a little bit of trouble with the battles going a bit too fast, but no, apparently you can turn it down. I'll keep it on 3 just to be safe. Skip battle intros, there's an obvious reason to turn that on, but we'll get to that. Tutorials, switch to rear touchpad. This makes the little guy that you control move with the rear touchpad, but I wouldn't recommend it. There are 2 other ways to move him as well, so... you got music and sound effects volume, and you can even clear your progress, which is... God, I don't want to go doing that. So I've got about 2 hours in. I haven't bought any of the downloadable content, so this game is... Well, I'm not going to say it's balanced against me, but it's like there are people who bought all the DLC, they're going to have an advantage. The DLC that they released was something along the lines of a bunch of gem packs, and a special helper and side quest, and thankfully you don't need those to play, but they do make a game a bit easier, so if you're playing on normal and you're still having trouble, well, go and buy some of the DLC if you want. It can actually help. But let's hit continue, and we'll immediately jump into the pause menu before we do anything else, because there's actually a lot there. I've got about 2 hours in at this point. It's not much, but considering that this game only goes for anywhere between 10 to 12 hours, depending on how 100% happy you are, it's a fairly big amount of time in. And as always, this is first impressions. I don't like going too far because A, I don't have the time, and B, well, B. I love bees. Bees are fun. So, when it loads, the game tends to have a little bit of a problem with loading times, but it's not terrible. So anyway, we start off in this house for some reason. Controls are simple. You get the ability to fly pretty early in, so that's not much of a spoiler. The little thing here can move around and open treasure chests, and if you hold them over yourself and use the light, you'll actually heal yourself up, but let's not do that, it's a waste of resources. Let's go into the pause menu. So we have a party. I have a feeling I'm about to get the second party member, and I have the first 2 here. And as you can see, they've all got their own set of little stats. We play as Aurora, the Child of Light, who is trying to save this kingdom from a horrible princess. Everybody has their own unique skill tree, and if you go along any one of these 3 paths, it unlocks a series of upgrades, followed immediately by some sort of ability. Like, for example, if I go down this bottom tree, like down the bottom there, I'll get things like an extra powerful light ray, and a counter-attack ability. And then you can go on another one, like the one I've actually gone on, which gives me bonus defense, and a slash attack that can hit everybody. We've got the Oculi. Now, the Oculi system I really like because it's so simple. So, let's just do an example here. Oculi are gems, and for gems, what you can do is we can go and craft them. Now, you can put up to 3 gems into one of these. I've got a lot of spare green gems lying around, the rough emeralds. And you can turn them into a more powerful version of themselves, or if we remove a few of these, and if we remove a few of these and just add 2 of different colours, as you can see here, we can get even more different gems. So we've got a rough amethyst. I've actually got one of those equipped to Rubella here, the rough citrine, which was created by a red and green. Add light damage to melee attacks, and depending on what slot you equip gems in, they have different effects. So as you can see here, Rough Sapphire in attack will add water to melee attacks. Putting it in the shield, or the armor, whatever, increases water damage by 8%, and putting it in this, I don't even know what that is, a stopwatch, an additional 5% chance of evading attack while casting. So as you can see, they all have different effects, and it's a pretty nice system. It lets you customize all the things that you could possibly want. So if you want to give your characters like a lot of attack, you can give them a lot of attack. If you want to give them a bit of defense and you want to make them really evadable, then you can do that. Your inventory fills up with crap. I'm even playing on hard and I've still got a ton of health potions and MP potions. These things you just pick up through the world. There's no shop or anything, so these are fairly limited, so that's why I've been saving them. You've got the map of Lemuria, which lets you warp back to places if you want to. And you've got confessions, which you find throughout the world, which gives you little bits of poetry about the whole thing. It's a very light on the ground RPG in comparison to other RPGs, but to be fair, I like it. It's a nice, lightweight take, and it fits the game style perfectly. It really does. I like it a lot. Now, we're going to go down here and then talk to the person who's on the other side so we can actually have a sample of the game's dialogue before we go diving into the next quest and, well, doing some combat. So, hello. There's no voice acting, but as you can see, there's no voice acting or anything. But there is rhyming. There is rhyming in every single bit of this game. There's voice acting in these little animated cutscenes, which I don't think I can show you, but there's one at the very beginning of the story anyway, so if you want to go look at that up on YouTube. They are really nice cutscenes, and this dialogue is actually pretty well written, but some of the rhymes are so... makes you want to punch the screen sometimes. It's very, very strange. I actually did a, I was actually talking about this game on YouTube and there were a lot of rhymes. But anyway, we'll go down the well to do this quest for this guy. And maybe he'll be he's going to become one of our party members. Yep. He's a party member now, so we can actually go and assign his skill points now, I believe. The cool thing is about the last party member I got, Rubella, I actually was able to assign most of her skill points. So if you have a specific idea for what you want, so if you have a specific idea of what you want to do with a character, you've got a lot of skill points to work with at the very beginning. So we can just give him relatively equal upgrades for the time being. Alright, I'll give him more strength and more defense. Extra speed, because why not? So yeah, you can upgrade them evenly along the trees if you like, or you can focus entirely on one tree. Alright, we're probably going to come up against some sort of combat eventually, and we'll be able to explain the party system. Hi, Spider. So the way combat in this game works is that if you hit an opponent from behind, you get what's called a surprise attack, and it lets you go first. But if you get hit by an enemy from behind, you'll often end up getting ambushed, and it means they'll get to take the first attack, which will leave you really worse for wear. So we get the surprise strike here. Now, the way this game works is that we can do things like, we can attack, we can use potions, or we can change our party. So, as you can see, defending yourself costs a small amount of time. Using attacks takes anywhere between a short to a very long amount of time. Down the bottom there, that I'm moving my little blue guy around, that's the cast and the weight bar. The weight bar, everyone goes along that path at a set rate depending on their speed. So, I'll just go ahead and I will attack one of these things. I'll attack this one because it's weak to fire. When you get to the end of the cast bar, you launch the attack. And you can do this for several things. And the enemies do it as well. But if you attack an enemy while it's still on the bar, if I can just find attack, tumble, that's what it is. But if you can attack an enemy while it's in the cast, it'll get interrupted and get thrown back along the bar a little bit, giving you more time to act. So, see, I attacked him and he got interrupted. Now, that little blue thing that's flying around, he's actually useful here as well. As long as he's got light in his light bar, up in the top left corner there, I'm flying him around as we speak. you can do things with him. Like, for example, you hold him over your character, and you can do heals up. Healing up. I don't even know what I meant by that. Or if you hold them over an enemy character, you can slow them down. So if I hold him here, and then I attack, see, he's been slowed down, and he won't be able to cast the spells, which means I can interrupt him. And he'll go back along the cast bar, which will give my guy here enough time to... I could afford to swap him out now, I think about it, so we'll swap him out. Let's see what this guy can do. He can do Wildfire. Actually, I'll make him do that. I'll continue slowing down the spider, and I'll use Wildfire to give him time to attack. So this is the sort of combat situations that you're presented with in this game. Things will attack, you'll be attacked by things, and you have to decide whether it's smart to attack or defend. Now here would be smart to defend, because that spider's about to attack, and if I get hit, I'm going to get interrupted, so I'm going to defend right here. Okay, I defended with the wrong person, whatever. However, we will act and beat the crap out of that spider. Unfortunately, it's fire resistant, so we'll have to get him to do something. Now, it appears he's got spells for every occasion, so we will get him to slow down a little bit to keep the mage safe, while the mage fires off a lightning bolt. And it's done. Everybody who is in your party gets experience, no matter if they've been in the battle or not, which is a really nice system. Also, apparently he's a big scaredy cat. Alright, so these little things here, those little orbs that I just picked up with the blue guy, if you hit specific plants or specific objects while going through these levels, you'll often need to touch those. And when you do, you spawn, as you can see, you spawn little orbs. Unfortunately, I just picked them all up, so I won't be able to show off what happens if you get all of them. But if you get all of them in a specific order, like the purple lums in Rayman Legends, see, watch this. If you collect them all in a specific order, like in Rayman Legends, you'll actually get a fair few free heals and stuff. Let's go and do some more combat. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to slow it down so it's easier for me to commentate over the battles. We'll just see how slow the slowest is. That probably won't count against either of us. Yep. We start off at a roughly similar place, and yep, the battles indeed have been slowed down a lot more, so we can afford to try and get some easy hits in. I will slow down one of the spiders to keep the other spider from attacking. Oh, that one's vulnerable to fire, how convenient. Ah, so close. Man, they really don't like that mage, do they? Jeez. Thankfully, Aurora doesn't need to be in this fight, so what I can do is I can use my Lightning Strike again, and I can swap Aurora out for Rubella. And you can actually order the other party member to swap out. However, that will actually take time. If you swap out with the party member that you're currently acting with, it'll give you... you'll be able to act immediately, like without any sort of delay. So that's a good thing. So we'll actually heal up the mage before he gets his ass handed to him here. Rubella also has a really fast attack, which is quite nice. Because it's always nice to have an attack that can just knock someone out of a... Let me try that again. So you can knock someone out of their cast area, so it's actually a really nice thing because you can avoid getting someone too badly hurt. So let's see if we can just tumble this guy here. It's actually got light energy applied to it, so I might actually be weak to this, I don't know. I will attack the other spider, because it seems a bit of a waste to hit the same thing with the same attack twice. Probably should have used that tumble on the other spider, but whatever. Again, it's a very pretty game. The effects are all pretty amazing to look at, and just these battles in general are just really nice to watch. Ah, damn, he got set back. That's going to be annoying. Let's tumble a spider to try and get it out of the way. Nope, that didn't help one bit. That's not going to be pleasant. Let's see if we can slow... Let's see if we can slow this. Actually, no, can we use... Yes, I'm going to give him a healing tonic, because... Will he need a healing? Yeah, he probably will. We've still got 3 things to kill in this. Yep, as a matter of fact, he needed it. We will tumble this other spider, and we'll slow it down just enough so that we can get that in on it. Good. Oh, that's not a pleasant attack. We'll get them to defend this turn. I don't think there's any point trying to do anything. Thankfully, defense is instant, so you can do it anytime you like. And I will have to get the Jester to heal herself, because that is kind of... oh, dear. Shouldn't have done that. I've never claimed to be the master of RPGs. I like to think this game proves it. See, thankfully he took a fair bit less damage than he would have taken. Bloody hell. Let's heal him. Let's heal her up, I should say. And as you can see down the bottom there, depending on who your thing is hovering over, you'll get the little icon there. So if you're not exactly sure if you're hitting right on, well, you'll know. Very nice ability. So we'll just hold him off long enough for our mage to heal up. We'll keep him in defense for the time being. Thankfully, the Jester's pretty good at tanking damage just by default, let alone with any specific ability. There are other party members in this game. There's like 2 or 3 more. I have actually read some of the reviews and looked up some... Well, I haven't looked up guides. I haven't, like... I don't know the game inside out. I've just looked up a couple of things. And this game goes for 10 to 12 hours, and it's got about... And it's $15. Is this game worth $15 to you? I'm enjoying it enough to say it is. Oh, bollocks. I hate it. You always go for the one thing you don't want to attack, and... Oh, so I mean something... I said something, but I mean your mother. So, I should probably get... What's-a-face back out here. Because he's completely out of MP and about to die, so... We will beat the crap out of him, I think. That's the best way to handle it. And we will... Actually, we'll go grab a couple more wishes. So as you can see here, you just hit the bush and you can pick them up the same way you do in the main game. Keeping a sort of balance between the actual game mechanics, like outside of the battles, and the game mechanics inside the battles. It's really nice. Just, I like the way how they keep things relatively consistent, and it works really well. Yeah, we got this in the bag. So clever party switching and clever things like that will do you very well in this game. It does actually have strategy to it, and I like it a lot. Free skill point, free skill point. And there's mini bosses and other sorts of things you can do. Yeah, as you can see, the Jester has a problem with rhyming. Which kind of implies that this game is a area where everyone is a place where everyone rhymes. And then it's like, how does this little girl know how to rhyme so well? Because the story is that this little girl is transported to this world somehow. And it doesn't look like it's supposed to be a world where everybody rhymes at first. And then next thing you know, everybody's rhyming, including this little girl. A poet on the level of Shakespeare, but it's still kind of ridiculous. Alright, so let's just see what's over here. One more battle, and I'll probably call this video to an end. I've shown you everything. And I quite like it. I like it a lot. It's a very, very enjoyable game. Also, this is a little bit of a puzzle example here. So if you broadcast light, and if you get the light in the right spot... If I can... yeah, it's a little bit far away, so it's kind of hard to tell. Also, you can use him via the touchscreen, but I prefer using the right analog stick and the L button. Although this can be a little bit of a cluster when you're playing a battle and you're constantly trying to move your guy around with the right stick and the L button, meanwhile trying to select commands, and yeah, it gets a little bit confusing after a while, but oh well. Hold on, we'll does this have to go up here too? No. Up there maybe? There we go. So yeah, that's a little bit of an example of a light puzzle, but it's nothing too difficult. At least I haven't had any too difficult puzzles so far. Let's see what's through here. Oh, that's not pleasant. So yeah, thankfully actually getting a game over in this game by like dying and stuff, it's actually a slap on the wrist. You just get sent back to the area you were just at, and half the time the items you used in the middle of the fight will come back anyway. It's kind of great. Or at least if it did, I haven't noticed that. If they didn't, I hadn't noticed they were gone. It can come up, we can come up here and yeah, why the hell not? It'll be a good way to end the video. Defeat an enemy, get some treasure. Why not? So we get the surprise attack. So might be a good idea to swap out to the mage and get a good hit in here while I've got the chance. Lightning strike on the spider. And the jester, actually, yeah, we'll swap the jester out for Aurora, because the mage is going to need somewhere to go, and I would like to have Aurora out here doing slash damage to this guy. So, lightning strike. Good shot. 88 damage, that's almost a one-hit kill. Yeah, that hurt him. Now we're going to be attacked here, not much we can do about that, but we've got more than enough HP to survive the first couple of... Oh, bollocks. He got paralyzed. I hate it when that happens. He won't get unparalyzed until he gets hit, so that's not going to be pleasant to deal with. Thankfully, he's got 109 health. That shouldn't be much of a problem. Oh, nope, he's actually come out of it, but we will get him to defend because that spider is about to attack. That was exactly the right thing to do, and I'm happy I thought of it. Alright, so we'll move him over here to keep the spider... Wait, no, actually we should move him here to keep this thing from attacking. Lightning strike on... No, that's not a good idea, actually. We'll use him... Well, that does look like a stony enemy, so we'll use wildfire on that. And considering that thing's really close to death, we should be able to get by just fine with a good... Almost. Well, I wasn't correct, but I got a critical hit, so that's a good thing. So yeah, as you can see, the game is a beautiful looking, strategic, enjoyable RPG with minimalistic efforts that do itself much better than being any sort of like detailed systems would be. It's fun to explore, it's fun to meet all the characters. The writing sometimes makes you want to punch your teeth out, but it's actually fairly good at the best of times. There's lots of stuff to go and do and find, and it's got a 12-hour quest behind it, and it's a $15 game. The port is very good, it runs smoothly. I don't think you can say anything to the opposite of that after seeing this video. I have not seen it drop in frames very often, only during really effect-heavy scenes where it doesn't really matter that the frame rate drops. So... yeah, Child of Light comes as a definite recommend. I like it a lot, and you should all like it a fair amount too. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.